In a world where the silent struggles of the mind often remain cloaked in darkness, one question begs for an answer. How do we rise stronger, more resilient from our deepest shadows? Think bigger, act smarter. How to Build Resilience Daily serves as your essential companion in this journey, challenging you to confront the mental health issues that keep you from realizing your true potential. Through an assembly of practical strategies and profound insights, this book unveils the path to self-discovery any individual can embark upon. Are you ready to break free from the chains that bind your aspirations? Think bigger, act smarter. How to Build Resilience Daily, written and published by Mindset Liberation. Chapter 1. Master the Self-Discipline Muscle. Many individuals find themselves wrestling in the shadows of their own minds, battling a relentless cycle of inconsistency and self-doubt that cripples their aspirations and dreams. This phenomenon often traces back to a fundamental lack of self-discipline, a skill that is essential yet often overlooked in the journey towards mental health and personal fulfillment. The origins of this struggle lie in our modern environment, bombarding us with instant gratification and constant distractions, making it increasingly difficult to cultivate the discipline that fuels resilience. A staggering statistic reveals that an estimated 70% of adults feel overwhelmed by their responsibilities, leading to a deep-seated anxiety that stifles progress in various aspects of life. Experts agree that self-discipline is not a trait we are born with. Rather, it is a muscle that requires consistent practice and strengthening. Psychologist Angela Duckworth's research on grit highlights that passion and perseverance are critical components for achieving long-term goals. However, without the discipline to act on our passions day in and day out, even the most profound resolve will falter. Consider the everyday person who dreams of transforming their life, whether by pursuing a new career, promoting self-care practices, or forging healthier relationships, only to remain stagnant, ensnared in a web of procrastination and self-sabotage. This cycle serves to illustrate just how prevalent the struggle with self-discipline truly is. Furthermore, relatable real-life scenarios abound for those willing to look closely. Take a moment to think of an acquaintance who enthusiastically announced a robust exercise regimen, only to be found several weeks later disheartened and binge-watching television instead. They started with the best intentions. Walks in the park and leisurely jogs soon gave way to an avalanche of excuses. While the aspirations to live healthier are palpable, the grim reality of life often urges them toward choices that offer immediate comfort, further extending the chasm that separates intention from execution. Delving deeper, the relationship between mental health and self-discipline becomes evident. When individuals lack the ability to master their impulses and maintain focus on long-term goals, they often spiral into a cycle of guilt and shame, ultimately leading to feelings of hopelessness. Indeed, research indicates that individuals who can confidently exercise self-discipline report lower levels of anxiety and depression. By recognizing the interplay between our thoughts, behaviors, and emotional well-being, we pave the way toward harnessing the true power of self-mastery. In light of these insights, it is crucial to acknowledge that building self-discipline is not merely an admirable trait, but a vital necessity in our pursuit of resilience. It begins with acknowledging where we falter, before stretching our limits into the realms of where we can thrive. The process of developing self-discipline may feel arduous, laden with obstacles and setbacks. However, this chapter aims to illuminate a path where each effort, every small victory, leads us back toward the profound success we long for. Understanding the friction points and harnessing our inner resilience will arm us with the mental tools to reach beyond limitation and ignite the power of commitment within ourselves. The implications of lacking self-discipline extend far beyond mere inconveniences. They profoundly impact our emotions, decision-making processes, relationships, and self-esteem in ways that can appear deceptively minor, but aggregate into significantly detrimental effects. When we consistently fail to follow through on our intentions or succumb to fleeting desires, our emotional landscape becomes tumultuous. A study by the University of Pennsylvania illuminates how this pattern can foster a sense of frustration and inadequacy, leading individuals down a spiraling path of negative self-talk. It becomes a vicious cycle. The more we disappoint ourselves, the more our emotional regulation falters, causing us to seek refuge in indulgent distractions rather than facing our challenges head-on. In terms of decision-making, weakened self-discipline often translates into impulsivity. Individuals may forego essential commitments and obligations in favor of immediate pleasures. Take the case of Michael, a passionate writer who aspires to publish a novel. Initially brimming with creativity, he frequently finds himself ensnared in the habit of scrolling through social media or indulging in excess coffee shop visits instead of writing. Michael's well-documented inability to resist these temptations doesn't just hinder his productivity, it clouds his judgment, leading him to believe he lacks the talent and resolve necessary for success. Each missed opportunity feeds a sense of self-doubt, crippling his ability to make sound decisions that align with his true desires. Interactions with others also hinge on the ability to exercise self-discipline. When individuals struggle with impulsivity, their relationships can suffer repercussions as they project their internal insecurities onto others. Sarah, for instance, grapples with explosive reactions during conflicts, often responding rashly due to her inability to pause and reflect. In her passionate endeavors to forge deep connections, her fear of rejection fuels an explosive kind of enthusiasm that ultimately alienates those she seeks to bring closer. This disconnect is not only painful for Sarah, but also erodes the trust and understanding that underpins any meaningful relationship. Moreover, self-esteem becomes a casualty in the struggle for self-discipline. As individuals repeatedly give in to short-term desires at the expense of long-term goals, their self-perception begins to fray. A research study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology uncovers the harsh truth. Repeated failures to hold ourselves accountable can erode our self-worth, reinforcing the belief that we are fundamentally incapable of change. For someone like Alex, a young student who dreams of excelling academically, the temptation to procrastinate means regularly compromising his efforts, which leaves him feeling discouraged and unqualified compared to his peers. The chronic gap between who they wish to be and who they currently are delivers a punishing blow to self-esteem. Why do people continually fall victim to this pattern? The allure of immediate rewards is simply too enticing, catapulting individuals past the potential consequences tethered to fleeting indulgences. The modern world constantly bombards us with distractions, stimulating our neurology to prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term fulfillment. Our brains are wired to seek pleasurable stimuli, and when we distract ourselves to avoid discomfort, we unwittingly reinforce these unproductive habits. Recognizing these patterns becomes critical, as is developing the tactics to combat them. As we venture deeper into this exploration of self-discipline, the next section will reveal some hidden warning signs that many overlook, along with actionable strategies to foster mindfulness and create lasting change. Through awareness and reflection, we can build the solid foundation necessary to reshape our lives, inviting resilience and purpose back into our narrative. The manifestations of mental health issues related to self-discipline may not always be glaringly apparent, often revealing themselves through subtle, ingrained behaviors that erode personal progress over time. These issues can appear as feelings of chronic dissatisfaction, lack of motivation, or a persistent sense of being disconnected from one's authentic self. Individuals may wake up each day filled with good intentions, vowing to focus on their goals, only to find themselves ensnared by distractions, feeling as though they are operating on autopilot, reacting rather than proactively steering their lives. Although these feelings may seem commonplace, they can act as warning signs, indicating a deeper, often unrecognized struggle with self-discipline, which, when left unaddressed, can spiral into more severe mental health challenges. To grasp the reality of these manifestations, consider the case of Lisa, a devoted employee who never seems to have enough hours in the day to complete her tasks, often finding herself buried in deadlines and neglecting her health in the process. Despite her efforts to maintain her productivity, Lisa finds herself distracted by the lure of social media, implementing excuses that mask her deeper fears of inadequacy. Over time, this disruption manifests in increased irritability and exhaustion, leading her to withdraw from her friendships. Recognizing this pattern is vital, Many can relate to moments where visions of ambition give way to the overwhelming desire for immediate gratification. These cycles create a loathsome narration of guilt and resentment toward oneself, painting the struggle as a failure rather than an opportunity for growth. Another scenario reflects the journey of Marcus, who continuously struggles to adhere to a healthy lifestyle. Though motivated by the desire to lose weight and improve his overall well-being, he faces a barrage of fast food temptations and late-night snacks that become all too enticing. Each slip reinforces an internal dialogue. Why can't I just stick with my plan? Which escalates into self-condemnation. When his moments of weakness overshadow his journeys of strength, Marcus inadvertently fosters a negative air of self-criticism that weighs heavily on his self-worth. These real-life narratives provide a mirror, illustrating how easily self-discipline can become burdened by the threads of mental health challenges, showing readers that they are not alone in their struggles. Recognizing the issue is not merely an exercise in self-awareness, it is the cornerstone of healing. Acknowledgement allows individuals to step back and observe their behavioral patterns, illuminating paths previously shrouded in darkness and confusion. This initial hurdle requires courage, as it demands a look in the mirror, an evaluation of one's life that many evade. This sensitive, honest exploration establishes a solid groundwork for change, allowing individuals to challenge the internal narratives and disruptive habits that once defined their experiences. Many experts agree that self-awareness is a critical first step in therapy, functioning as an indicator of readiness for change. The emphasis on understanding opens the door towards solutions, as those who can identify their struggles can begin incorporating effective strategies for improvement. As we transition into the next chapter, we will delve into embracing discomfort for growth, exploring how facing the moments that challenge our resolve can yield powerful transformations. Engaging with these forthcoming exercises will illuminate pathways to strengthen your self-discipline and propel you toward the resilience that you desire to embody. Remember, this journey is yours to own and shape, so take a moment to reflect on the insights and feelings that have arisen thus far. If you found value in this exploration, consider subscribing to Mindset Liberation. Engage with us, like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know how you'd like us to develop our content further. Understanding mental health is merely the first step toward healing, positioning you squarely for the breakthroughs ahead. Chapter 2. Embrace discomfort for growth. In the quest for personal growth and resilience, one transformative truth stands out. Discomfort is not the enemy. It is the catalyst for profound change. Often overlooked, this vital avenue for growth challenges our perceptions and forces us to confront the very fears that have kept us stagnant. Embracing discomfort leads to strength that blossoms in the fertile soil of adversity, sharpening our ability to navigate life's unpredictable currents. Statistics reveal that individuals who confront uncomfortable situations are likely to report increased levels of accomplishment and satisfaction in their lives. This foundational principle is not merely anecdotal. It is backed by psychological research, including findings from the American Psychological Association, which established discomfort as a necessary ingredient in the pursuit of resilience and self-efficacy. The origins of this concept date back to the early works of psychologist Carl Jung, who posited that engaging directly with our discomfort allows for personal transformation. Jung famously remarked, "I can understand myself only in my relationships." This statement emphasizes that through challenging interactions and discomforting situations, one often unearths the depth of their potential. Contemporary research further reinforces this notion, with studies indicating that 85% of successful leaders attribute their growth to overcoming challenging experiences. As such, one comes to recognize that adversity is not simply to be endured, but welcomed as a powerful teacher, filled with lessons waiting to be learned. Relatable scenarios illustrate how enduring discomfort can strike a chord in each of us. Consider Jennifer, a recent college graduate navigating her first job in a fast-paced tech company. Initially, she is filled with hopes and aspirations, but as she faces the complexities of workplace dynamics and the steep learning curve of her role, her self-doubt surfaces. The pressure mounts, and the discomfort of those trying moments amplifies her fears of inadequacy. However, rather than retreating into her shell, Jennifer consciously chooses to embrace the discomfort. She seeks feedback from her colleagues and managers, openly discusses her challenges, and views her stumbles not as failures, but as stepping stones toward mastery. This shift in perspective fuels her confidence, ultimately enhancing her skills and fortifying her sense of belonging within her team. Another powerful example is seen in Amir, a self-proclaimed introvert who has always shied away from public speaking. His discomfort bubbles to the surface when faced with the task of delivering a presentation at a community event. Instead of conceding to fear, Amir chooses to embrace the situation. With each nerve-wracking moment during rehearsal and every quaking of his voice at the podium, he develops a greater appreciation for the discomfort and its key role in his growth. By approaching fear with open arms, Amir redefines his capabilities, cultivating self-assurance and a newfound zest for public engagement as he deepens his connection with his audience. Recognizing discomfort as a resource fuels the power to transform one's mindset and conquer emotional hurdles. Each situation faced with courage and intent becomes a lesson of resilience, strengthening the connection to one's authentic self. This chapter aims to inspire readers to reframe their relationship with discomfort, illuminating how embracing challenges ignites transformative growth and fortifies emotional well-being. As we embark on this journey together, remember that discomfort is an essential companion on the road to empowerment. In moving forward, the next portion will delve into strategies for cultivating patience and persistence, two vital traits required to navigate the discomfort that life inevitably presents. Prepare to uncover ways to anchor yourself in the midst of challenges, maintaining your course amidst the waves of uncertainty. Embrace this opportunity for growth. Stay committed to the journey at hand, and take a leap of faith in your ability to redefine discomfort as an ally in your quest for resilience. Embracing discomfort as a pathway to growth proves effective for several compelling reasons, rooted in both scientific research and real-life transformative experiences. At its core, the philosophy behind this practice hinges on the understanding that growth occurs outside of our comfort zones. When we deliberately expose ourselves to discomfort, we create opportunities for resilience to flourish, thereby strengthening our emotional and psychological fortitude. From a neurological standpoint, research demonstrates that confronting uncomfortable situations enhances our brain's neuroplasticity, a phenomenon that allows our minds to adapt, learn, and reorganize itself with experience. A study published in the journal Cognitive Neuroscience highlights that when individuals face challenges that trigger anxiety or discomfort, the brain activates pathways responsible for problem-solving and critical thinking. This cognitive engagement is key in developing coping mechanisms and reaffirming one's capacity to handle stress. By facing discomfort head-on, we essentially promote a rewiring of our neurological processes, facilitating adaptability that can extend into various life domains. In real-life scenarios, the effectiveness of this method resonates vividly through the journey of Maria, a young entrepreneur who initially found herself paralyzed by the discomfort of public speaking. When she first launched her startup, her fear of presenting ideas to potential investors loomed large. Rather than retreating from these opportunities, Maria chose to embrace the discomfort inherent in public speaking by signing up for workshops specifically designed to enhance her skills. Each time she stood before an audience, her heart raced and her palms sweated, but over time, she began to recognize that her discomfort was a catalyst for improvement. Through persistence and practice, Maria not only became adept at articulating her vision, but also learned to enjoy the process of conveying her thoughts. The empowerment gained from facing her fears allowed her to navigate investor meetings with newfound confidence, significantly impacting her business's trajectory. By reframing her experience of discomfort into a productive challenge, she unlocked her potential and fostered a positive self-image, a change that echoed throughout both her personal and professional life. This concept's urgency cannot be overstated. Understanding that we have the power to transform discomfort into a tool for growth opens the door to unparalleled personal development. The moment we recognize that these feelings, instead of debilitating us, can act as signposts leading us toward our greatest strengths, everything changes. As individuals confront the discomfort that accompanies new experiences, they gradually build a reservoir of confidence that enriches their lives, allowing for a more profound engagement with challenges. The basis for success in this endeavor lies not only in the act of facing discomfort, but in developing a mindset that welcomes it as part of the growth process. Those who adopt this approach become more capable of navigating life's complexities without the fear of failure suppressing their potential. With a robust framework for understanding the advantages of embracing discomfort, individuals can pivot their focus toward the opportunities that lie beyond their immediate fear. As we continue to delve into this powerful journey, the next section will focus on cultivating the virtues of patience and persistence, integral components that strengthen the habit of embracing discomfort. Let this be your rallying cry. Embrace each struggle as an invaluable lesson on the road to resilience. Remember, the emotional armor you build today will empower you tomorrow, carving a pathway toward a more fulfilling future. To effectively embrace discomfort as a vehicle for growth, you can follow a straightforward approach that will transform this often daunting task into a manageable, rewarding journey. Start by acknowledging the power of discomfort in your personal development. Remember that every moment you feel uncomfortable, you are presented with an opportunity to learn and expand your abilities. Begin your journey by identifying a specific area in your life where you frequently shy away from discomfort. This might be speaking up at work, trying out a new hobby, or tackling a long overdue health challenge. Once you've identified a specific discomfort, begin by breaking it down into smaller, actionable steps. For instance, if public speaking evokes anxiety in you, start by practicing in front of a mirror or with a close friend. This reduced audience offers a safe space where disappointment feels less palpable, allowing you to track your progress without the weight of judgment hanging over you. Practicing these small deliveries frequently will help desensitize you to the discomfort. The more you gently push your boundaries, the easier it will become to engage with such situations progressively. Incorporate thought exercises to reshape your mindset towards discomfort. Spend 5 to 10 minutes each day visualizing yourself facing and overcoming the uncomfortable scenario. Picture the moment vividly. See yourself speaking confidently at a gathering or resiliently hitting your fitness benchmarks. This exercise acclimatizes your mind to the possibilities ahead, overlaying positive outcomes on past experiences that may have felt stifling. When the time comes to actualize these situations, your subconscious will recognize them as familiar, thereby easing apprehension. Realizing small wins can be an essential component of building momentum. Set specific, achievable goals that relate to your discomfort. These could range from the minor, like speaking up once during a meeting per week, to more substantial challenges such as applying for a new job that involves public interaction. Each time you achieve one of these milestones, acknowledge your success with a small reward. This self-affirmation fosters a positive feedback loop, reinforcing the idea that confronting discomfort will lead to fulfilling experiences and success. Another effective technique is to implement the discomfort challenge, where you consciously seek out situations that provoke mild discomfort. This could be something as simple as striking up conversations with strangers or participating in group activities that stretch your social muscle. By voluntarily placing yourself in mildly challenging environments, you proactively familiarize yourself with discomfort, enhancing your adaptability. Document these experiences in a journal after each challenge. Ranking your feelings can provide you clarity on your growth while revealing patterns in your reactions to discomfort. It's crucial to understand that the journey towards embracing discomfort is not always linear. Patience is key. Understand that you may not see immediate results, but each step contributes to a larger goal of enhancing your resilience. Celebrate the progress over perfection and use each encounter to build your emotional toolkit. As you cultivate a mindset that embraces discomfort, prepare to transition into the next chapter, which will delve into the significance of patience and persistence in your growth journey. Nurturing these traits will empower you to withstand the nature of discomfort as you develop skills to consistently rise above challenges. The tools to embrace discomfort will become even more significant as you learn how to carry them forward, unlocking greater resilience in all areas of your life. As you embark on this journey of change, remember to stay engaged with Mindset Liberation. Subscribe for updates, give a like if you found value in this content, and share your thoughts or suggestions in the comment section. It's a privilege to guide you on this path together. Chapter 3. Cultivate Patience and Persistence. In a world that frequently urges us to seek instantaneous results, the true powerhouse of personal growth lies in the nurturing of patience and persistence. These twin virtues serve as steadfast allies on the path toward achieving meaningful goals and cultivating resilience during challenging times. Research found in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology highlights an essential truth. Individuals who exhibit higher levels of patience are not only more resilient but also report greater life satisfaction. The significant impact of these qualities informs a profound yet simple statement. For every ambition that feels insurmountable, patience and persistence hold the keys to unlock transformative progress. The importance of patience and persistence can be traced back to notable psychological studies that illustrate how these traits can separate those who thrive from those who merely survive. A classic experiment, known as the marshmallow test, exemplifies this notion. Children who exhibited the ability to wait for a second marshmallow invariably demonstrated better life outcomes years later, performing better in school, exhibiting higher self-esteem, and building stronger relationships. This evidence powerfully demonstrates that patience is not merely a passive acceptance of waiting, it is an active engagement with one's goals and desires, predicated on the belief that worthwhile achievements require sustained effort. Consider the story of Jake, an aspiring musician who faced repeated rejections from record labels early in his career. Rather than succumbing to despair, Jake cultivated both patience and persistence. He understood that mastering his craft demanded time and unwavering dedication. Every setback transformed into an opportunity for growth as he honed his skills and sought constructive feedback. Instead of viewing rejection as a reflection of his worth, Jake persistently reshaped his approach, adapting his style while consistently performing at local venues. Over time, his determination paid off. Not only did he land a record deal, but he also developed an unshakable sense of self-worth that propelled him further into his career. Patience and persistence manifest through simple yet powerful choices. They invite a mindset that emphasizes consistency over perfection, laying a groundwork where small incremental steps ultimately lead to larger accomplishments. Acknowledging that progress unfolds in stages allows individuals to remain grounded during moments of uncertainty, reinforcing the sensation of control over their journey. Those who cultivate persistence are better equipped to navigate obstacles without losing sight of their long-term visions. They build emotional armor against the inevitable setbacks that life may present. The modern landscape, however, continues to amplify an insistent push for quick fixes and immediate gratification, which often clouds the understanding of what long-term success truly entails. People can feel trapped in a cycle of frustration when pursuing lofty goals, swayed by the urgency of results rather than the value inherent in the process itself. The journey is not merely about reaching the destination. It requires a reevaluation of our relationship with time, effort, and setbacks. Fostering patience teaches us that while our immediate concerns may loom large, the cumulative effect of our unwavering commitment can lead to profound transformation. With this foundation laid, we are poised to embark on a deeper exploration of how to cultivate patience and persistence within ourselves. Each tactical aspect of this journey will unravel how to harness these virtues effectively, preparing us for the inevitable challenges that arise. As we broaden our understanding of these vital concepts, take a moment to reflect on the values of patience and persistence. They are pivotal in navigating your personal path toward lasting fulfillment and achievement. Prepare to implement actionable steps that deeply root these qualities into the fabric of your daily life, setting the stage for growth that stands the test of time. This is a journey worth embracing with sincerity and dedication, allowing you to cultivate the resilience needed to emerge victorious amid life's many challenges. Cultivating patience and persistence emerges as an effective strategy for overcoming obstacles and achieving long-term goals. This method is grounded in the understanding that enduring success stems from consistent effort rather than fleeting moments of brilliance. Scientific research underscores the impact of patience on brain function and decision-making capabilities. Studies highlighted in the journal Psychological Bulletin show that individuals who practice patience exhibit enhanced cognitive flexibility and emotional regulation. When faced with challenges, they are more equipped to respond logically rather than react impulsively, leading to better outcomes in personal and professional endeavors. One illustrative case is that of Samantha, a middle school teacher who faced significant challenges in the classroom due to a lack of student engagement. Initially frustrated by her students' apparent disinterest, she realized that immediate results would not reflect her efforts. Instead of succumbing to disillusionment, Samantha embraced patience combined with persistence. Determined to ignite a spark of interest in her students, she sought innovative teaching methods and spent hours refining her approach. Guided by the belief that enduring the discomfort of slow progress would yield eventual change, she persisted. As months progressed, her students gradually began to respond positively to her new strategies. Through hands-on activities and collaborative projects, she fostered an environment where patience became a mutual practice, both for her and her students. Over time, she witnessed a noticeable transformation as engagement levels soared, resulting in improved academic performance and deeper connections among classmates. Samantha's experience demonstrates that commitment to patience and persistence enabled her to not only facilitate significant growth in her students, but also showcase her effectiveness as an educator. The effectiveness of this method lies also in the cultivation of a growth mindset, articulated by psychologist Carol Dweck. Her extensive research establishes that those who embrace challenges while exhibiting patience and persistence are significantly more likely to succeed. When facing setbacks, individuals with a growth mindset view obstacles as opportunities for learning rather than insurmountable barriers. This perspective reinforces resilience, urging people to refine their strategies rather than abandon their goals altogether. Patient persistence nurtures emotional resilience, which can dissipate anxiety and foster confidence. In many ways, individuals who practice these virtues develop a greater capacity to weather life's storms without losing sight of their long-term objectives. Research conducted by the University of Pennsylvania found that adolescents who exhibit perseverance typically demonstrate improved mental health outcomes and academic achievements. The efficacy of patience brings to light not only improved results, but also emotional stability that carries into other areas of life, affirming the idea that patience begets progress. As you absorb the principle behind this method, notice that the urgent need to develop patience and persistence resonates in your personal experiences, prompting a reevaluation of your relationship with time and effort. Recognizing setbacks as vital components of growth results in a mindset shift that actively encourages steady progress, reminding you that successes don't always come in perfect packages or predefined timelines. Moving forward, we will delve into practical techniques and exercises designed to cultivate patience and persistence, deepening your understanding of how these values transform your aspirations into reality. Implementing focused strategies allows you to overtake frustrations and distractions while maintaining clarity and direction in your journey. Embrace this opportunity to cultivate these powerful traits, for doing so positions you firmly on the trajectory toward ultimate achievement and well-being. As you prepare for this actionable segment, keep in mind that true transformation awaits those willing to remain committed in spite of their experiences. To implement patience and persistence in your personal growth journey, the path forward consists of simple yet effective steps that will empower you to embrace these virtues practically. Begin by setting clear and realistic long-term goals. Identify specific areas in your life where you want to see improvement, whether it's in your career, health, relationships, or personal development. Write these goals down and visualize their completion. This powerful step engages your mind and reinforces your commitment to the journey ahead. Next, break these broader goals down into bite-sized, achievable milestones. For example, if your goal is to advance in your career, set smaller objectives, such as enrolling in relevant courses or networking with colleagues. Celebrate completing each milestone as if it were a victory in itself. This practice of recognizing small wins will foster a sense of progress and motivate you to keep moving forward. It's essential to remind yourself that growth is often cumulative. The small steps, although seemingly insignificant in isolation, build towards significant achievements. Another technique to nurture patience is to cultivate mindfulness. Take a few moments each day to practice mindfulness meditation or simply engage in deep breathing exercises. By grounding yourself and anchoring your thoughts in the present moment, you can cultivate patience during challenging times. As you practice recognizing feelings of frustration and impatience when they arise, allow yourself to pause, breathe deeply, and observe those emotions without judgment. Reflecting on why patience is necessary in those moments helps reinforce your commitment, making it easier to choose persistence over immediate action. Incorporating consistent reflection into your routine can also amplify your patience and persistence. Establish a weekly habit of journaling about your goals. Document each step you've taken, note any obstacles encountered, and articulate your feelings during the process. Journaling provides an opportunity for self-assessment, enabling you to recognize patterns in your behavior and reactions. As you review your entries, notice how far you've come and gain insight into your growth trajectory. This practice reinforces the connection between patience and progress, showcasing tangible development over time. Moreover, it may be beneficial to surround yourself with a supportive community. Share your goals with friends, family, or a mentor who can provide encouragement and accountability. Engage with individuals who share similar aspirations, as their camaraderie will enhance your motivation and resolve. Additionally, consider finding or creating a support group or online community where you can discuss experiences and share strategies for cultivating patience and persistence. This network becomes a source of inspiration, reminding you that you are not alone. As you embark on this exciting journey of cultivating patience and persistence, take comfort in knowing that the simple adjustments in your daily routine can lead to significant change. Remember to honor small victories, incorporate mindfulness, and remain committed to your goals. These practices will create a profound impact, turning perceived frustration into fortitude. As we transition to the next chapter, be prepared to explore the intricacies of rewiring your brain for rewards. Understanding this mechanism will further enhance your journey toward building resilience and fortifying your self-discipline. You're on an incredible path of growth. Keep pushing forward with tenacity, and remember that every effort counts. If you found value in this chapter, consider subscribing to Mindset Liberation, liking this video, and sharing your thoughts and feedback in the comments. Your insights contribute to our community's growth, reinforcing that together we flourish in our pursuit of self-improvement. Chapter 4. Rewire your brain for rewards. The journey of personal transformation reaches a new horizon when you grasp one powerful truth. Understanding how to rewire your brain for rewards is the key to unlocking sustained motivation and resilience. This chapter explores the profound connection between our neurological pathways and the habits we develop. The science behind reward-based motivation is not merely theoretical. It is fundamental to optimizing our ability to achieve personal goals and cultivate emotional well-being. When you learn how to track and reinforce your progress with meaningful rewards, you gain invaluable tools for enhancing your daily life. The origins of this concept can be traced to behavioral psychology, particularly the work of B.F. Skinner, who introduced the idea of operant conditioning. This framework posits that behaviors can be modified through reinforcement techniques, those that encourage desired behavior and diminish unwanted outcomes. By densely flooding our brains with pleasurable experiences related to a given action, we strengthen the neurological pathways associated with that behavior. As these connections deepen, our motivations align more closely with a reward system rooted in the personal experiences that inspire us. This powerful insight lays the groundwork for realizing that the brain is capable of change, allowing you to harness this capability to initiate long-lasting improvement in your habits. Statistics reflect the societal implications of effectively implementing a reward-based system. According to a study from the National Institute of Health, individuals who effectively set rewards for themselves are up to 2.5 times more likely to stick to their goals. This substantial difference indicates that many individuals struggle, not due to a lack of dedication, but rather from an ineffective understanding of how to leverage their brain's reward centers to reinforce positive behavior. Relatable real-life scenarios illustrate how this principle operates in everyday experiences. Take the story of Alex, a recent college graduate who desired a more active lifestyle. He struggled initially, finding it challenging to stick to a consistent routine. Recognizing the need for habit transformation, he decided to create a personal reward system. For every week of consistent exercise, Alex allowed himself to indulge in his favorite dessert or take a day off to do an enjoyable activity. The immediate gratification associated with these rewards began to intertwine with his workout routine. Over time, his workouts became less of a chore and morphed into a pursuit he looked forward to, fueled by the promise of a celebratory treat. The potency of this method lies in its ability to revive motivation, making weighty tasks lighter and infusing joy into daily routines. By leveraging this understanding, you transform challenges into tailored opportunities that forge new habits. Neuroscientific research corroborates these insights, showing that the brain's reward system, activated by dopamine release, is essential in solidifying positive behavior. Consciously aligning both effort and reward triggers this response, activating networks of pleasure that diminish feelings of reluctance. Cultivating this practice serves as a powerful affirmation that you are equipped for growth. Moreover, learning to incorporate reward-based reinforcement enables you to reconfigure your emotional landscape, fostering the ability to approach commitments with enthusiasm and determination. The notion that you can design your reinforcement system aligns with the essential premise that you have total control over your progress. As you engage with this knowledge, envision the strides you can make by leveraging intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. This chapter embarks on a transformative journey, aiming to empower you to reshape your habits and exceed your own expectations. Stand ready to unveil the ways in which you can rewire your brain, propelling yourself into a more motivated and fulfilled state of being. This is an empowering direction toward the cultivation of long-term resilience and well-being, setting the stage for the impactful actions that await in the forthcoming sections. Harnessing the ability to rewire your brain for rewards is an exceptionally effective method for overcoming the hurdles that derail your progress toward personal goals. This approach transcends simplistic motivation. It revamps how you interact with your tasks and aspirations by creating a powerful loop between action and reward. Neuroscience reveals that when one experiences rewards, whether intrinsic or extrinsic, the brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter intimately linked to pleasure and motivation. This release reinforces the neural pathways associated with the best behaviors, thereby solidifying productive habits. Consequently, this greater understanding of motivational psychology allows you to harness the innate power of your brain, enabling you to cultivate patience, resilience, and sustained engagement in your pursuits. The effectiveness of this method is evident in several psychological studies that confirm the brain's capacity to reshape itself based on repeated experiences and rewards. Research published in Nature Neuroscience highlights that people trained to associate positive rewards with specific behaviors are significantly more likely to embrace those behaviors long-term. Such insights illustrate that mastery over our brains is not limited to major achievements. Rather, it is fundamentally about rewarding ourselves regularly for incremental progress. This means that celebrating even the smallest successes can create a trajectory pushing one toward larger goals. Consider the inspiring journey of Jessica, a sales professional who struggled with achieving her monthly targets. Initially, she relied solely on her paycheck as a reward, an external factor that felt too distant to incite motivation. Recognizing that she needed a transformation, Jessica began rewriting the game's rules by implementing a personal reward system. For every 3 successful calls that led to potential clients, she granted herself a short, enjoyable break to watch her favorite show. What started as a trickle of motivation quickly turned into a gushing stream. The act of rewarding herself for the efforts transformed her perspective entirely. She began to view her calls as opportunities for rewards rather than burdens of obligation. This rise in morale can be traced back to the neurobiological effects of her new paradigm. With every break taken, her brain produced dopamine in response to the connections she made while working. Enthusiasm crept in, manifesting a sense of accomplishment with incremental progress, rather than dwelling on the daunting monthly target looming ahead. Over the course of months, Jessica not only exceeded her targets, but also developed newfound confidence, paving the way for subsequent successes in her career. The urgency in embracing this approach cannot be overstated. Many individuals never reach their full potential because they overlook the significance of rewarding incremental achievements. When you harness this method, you catalyze an internal shift that ultimately enables a more profound commitment to your goals. As the fear of failure diminishes and excitement replaces it, you unblock pathways to increased productivity and fulfillment. By integrating a reward-based mindset into your daily activities, you place yourself squarely in control of your emotional responses and behavioral patterns. This conscious act of rewarding builds a tangible connection between your efforts and either immediate gratification or long-term goals. Understanding that this mentality can be initiated at any time and reinforced through daily practice becomes a beacon of motivation in the pursuit of personal growth. As we move deeper into this process of transformation, prepare to explore practical techniques that will allow you to further embed this rewarding system into the fabric of your life. Deriving the pleasure of success from the consistency of your actions becomes foundational for building an enduring framework toward resilience and effective habit-making. Embrace this journey. Every step you take is a step toward unlocking a more rewarding reality. To effectively rewire your brain for rewards, begin by establishing clear goals that excite and motivate you. Start with a vision that encompasses what you want to achieve, whether it's adopting healthier habits, finishing a project, or mastering a new skill. Take a moment to write down these goals and visualize the end result of your accomplishment. This mental imagery will set the stage for your mind to associate positive rewards with your desired outcomes. Next, break these larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks or milestones. This step is crucial because achieving smaller objectives provides that essential sense of accomplishment needed to trigger the reward system effectively. Once you have set your smaller goals, implement a reward system that resonates with you personally. Identify what truly excites you as a reward. This could be indulging in a favorite treat, enjoying a pampering session, or dedicating time to a beloved hobby. Be specific about what rewards you will give yourself once you achieve these smaller tasks. For instance, if your goal is to exercise 3 times a week, you might reward yourself with a new playlist or a fun outing after consistently completing your workouts for a month. This mental link between effort and enjoyment creates a positive feedback loop and helps solidify the accomplishment in your mind. Another excellent technique is to keep a daily or weekly progress journal, where you can document your achievements, not just the major milestones, but also the small wins along the way. Record details about what you achieved and how it made you feel. This reflective practice serves 2 purposes. It builds a sense of completion regarding your goals and allows you to celebrate progress visually. It reinforces the positive sentiments associated with your efforts, further promoting that rewarding connection. Incorporating visualization into your routine can also facilitate your focus on rewards. Before beginning a task, take several minutes to visualize finishing successfully and the rewards that will follow. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to act as if the reward has already been earned, instilling motivation and purpose. Each successful visualization builds upon the next, forging deeper connections within your brain that enhance your drive. After each achievement, especially those smaller wins, don't forget to celebrate. Taking time to indulge in your planned reward solidifies your brain's neural pathways, allowing reinforcement of the positive experience. Celebrate your achievements and allow that satisfaction to motivate you toward the next milestone. Remember, the cultivation of this habit does not happen overnight. The importance of patience cannot be overstated in this process. Acknowledge that setbacks may occur, and that's perfectly okay. By maintaining your momentum through smaller, rewarding tasks, you'll find yourself progressing steadily toward your overall goals. As we move forward into the next chapter, you will discover how to resist instant gratification traps, an essential skill for maintaining your long-term vision and focus. By learning to navigate temptations that derail your progress, you will further empower yourself to stick to the rewarding practices you've embraced. Every step taken now sets the stage for greater achievements ahead. If you found this chapter insightful, consider subscribing to Mindset Liberation for further guidance. Please take a moment to like this content and share your thoughts or suggestions on how we can continue to develop our community. Your journey matters, and together we can inspire growth in one another. Chapter 5. Resist instant gratification traps. In a world overflowing with immediate pleasures and distractions, the ability to resist instant gratification stands paramount in the journey toward achieving lasting goals and developing self-discipline. Recognizing and overcoming these tempting traps is not merely an exercise in willpower. It embodies a profound mental shift that allows you to channel your desires into sustainable success. By embracing this critical skill, you position yourself to unlock a fulfilling life where your aspirations flourish rather than succumb to fleeting distractions. The concept of instant gratification finds its roots in behavioral psychology, highlighting our innate predisposition towards seeking immediate pleasure. Experiments conducted by researchers such as Walter Mischel in the 1970s through the renowned marshmallow test revealed significant insights into this phenomenon. Children who demonstrated the ability to wait for a promised reward rather than indulging in immediate pleasure were more likely to achieve better life outcomes. This early exploration of impulse control illustrates the foundation upon which the understanding of instant gratification traps rests. Statistics shed further light on how prevalent the struggle with instant gratification is in our daily lives. A report by the American Psychological Association indicates that nearly 80% of adults experience difficulty delaying gratification in various aspects, whether in eating, spending, or time spent on social media. This widespread challenge speaks to a deep psychological reality. Our evolved instincts urge us to seek out conditions that provide comfort, pleasure, and immediate satisfaction, often leading to self-sabotage as we traverse our goal-oriented journeys. Consider the experience of David, a college student who dreamt of graduating with honors. His aspirations, however, were continuously undermined by his proclivity for instant gratification. Instead of studying for exams, David often found himself binge-watching his favorite show or scrolling through social media feeds that seemingly demanded his time. As deadlines loomed near, a frustrating cycle emerged. His indulgence in distractions led to feelings of anxiety and guilt, as the reality of his unpreparedness became acute. When David recognized that these instant pleasures siphoned away critical time and focus from achieving his long-term goals, he made a conscious decision to resist those comforting traps. This decision to resist was driven by David's newfound patience and understanding of reward systems. Every time he forewent an immediate distraction in favor of studying, he treated himself to a small success, whether it was a coffee break or a favorite snack. Each time he chose study time over distraction, he restructured his brain's reward system, gradually strengthening his ability to resist these tempting pitfalls. The effectiveness of resisting instant gratification stems from the reorientation of your mind. By acknowledging that the path toward your goals requires discipline and delayed gratification, you empower yourself to reframe your relationship with time and reward. Adopting a long-term view fosters emotional resilience, enabling you to manage stress and anxiety effectively. The realization that true fulfillment arises from dedication to your aspirations fortifies your resolve to navigate daily temptations with confidence. The urgency to develop the capacity to resist instant gratification is profound. Such a commitment not only advances personal goals, but creates a ripple effect throughout various facets of life. By fostering self-discipline while understanding psychological mechanisms at play, you shift the narrative from struggle to progress, propelling you toward lasting success. As we delve into the next segment, we will explore practical strategies for fortifying your ability to resist instant gratification, further embedding this essential skill into your daily life. Your journey is one of empowerment and transformation. It holds the potential to inspire not just your achievements, but also the way you connect with your aspirations. Embrace this opportunity as we venture forth. Greater breakthroughs await you. The ability to resist instant gratification emerges as a powerful method for overcoming obstacles that hinder progress toward your goals. This approach effectively reshapes your mindset, allowing you to prioritize long-term satisfaction over fleeting impulses. The science illuminating this phenomenon lies within the mechanisms of self-control and decision-making, both of which are influenced by how our brains process rewards. When you consistently resist immediate temptations, you create and strengthen neural pathways that favor long-term thinking and better outcomes. This transformation enhances your ability to adhere to your goals and ultimately achieve a more fulfilling life. Scientific studies underscore the gravity of resisting instant gratification when it comes to personal development. A significant body of research on self-regulation indicates that individuals who practice self-control strategies exhibit better academic performance, healthier lifestyles, and overall improved emotional well-being. For instance, data from the Journal of Consumer Research reveals that people who delay gratification are more likely to manage their finances prudently, maintain healthier diets, and establish productive work habits. Such findings confirm the argument that mastery over oneself significantly influences life trajectories, and that choosing patience over impulse can yield remarkable rewards. To illustrate these concepts, consider the inspiring case of Emma, a young entrepreneur determined to launch her online business. Initially, Emma succumbed to the allure of instant gratification, spending hours scrolling through social media instead of investing the time and focus into her business development. However, after realizing that these distractions detracted from her overarching goal, Emma meticulously crafted a strategy to resist temptations. She established a structured schedule that contained designated periods for focused work, paired with planned breaks to allow her the leisure she craved. As days turned into weeks, Emma found her capacity for self-discipline blossomed. Each time she opted for focus over distraction, reward pulsated through her system, solidifying her commitment to her long-term goals. Emma soon achieved a remarkable transformation. She launched her business ahead of schedule, guided not only by her resolute decisions, but also by a profound understanding of the value of delayed gratification. The empowering trajectory she experienced serves as a testament to the power of resisting immediate pleasures. The effectiveness of resisting instant gratification also lies in its role in enhancing self-awareness. As you develop the ability to delay impulses, you become more attuned to your emotional triggers and the habitual patterns that accompany distraction. This self-awareness fosters a sense of control and agency over your actions and decisions. You cultivate stronger resilience as you acknowledge moments of weakness and transform them into opportunities for growth. Each successful instance of resisting temptation bolsters your confidence and reinforces the idea that you have the power to shape your reality. In addition, resisting instant gratification cultivates a long-lasting mindset oriented toward growth. It teaches you the essence of perseverance, instilling in you a recognition that meaningful achievements demand time, effort, and dedication. The discipline required to manage these urges strengthens your emotional resilience in other areas of life, paving the way for greater accomplishments. The urgency to integrate this ability into your daily living cannot be overstated. Understanding that resisting instant gratification is not simply an exercise in willpower, but a life-shaping decision, empowers you to turn the tide on procrastination and distractions. As you shift your focus to the long-term rewards associated with your aspirations, you'll uncover a reservoir of inner strength that propels you forward. As we transition into the next section, be prepared to explore actionable strategies designed to enhance your ability to resist the immediate gratification pressures that are pervasive in today's fast-paced world. This continued journey will equip you with tools to fortify your resolve and forge a path toward meaningful success. Your dedication is commendable, and together we are rewriting your narrative. To effectively resist instant gratification, begin by creating a structured approach that will empower your journey toward long-term success. The first step is to clearly define your goals. Take time to write down both your short-term and long-term objectives. This process clarifies your motivations and helps establish a direction to which you can consistently return. With your goals documented, visualize the benefits of achieving them. Spend a few moments daily imagining how reaching these objectives will positively impact your life. This visualization acts as a mental anchor and provides motivation during times of temptation. Next, develop a plan that includes specific strategies for resisting distractions. Identify recurring instant gratification triggers in your life. These could be social media notifications, binge-watching television shows, or even unhealthy snacks that lead to impulsive behaviors. With this awareness, create an action plan that outlines how you will address these triggers. For instance, if notifications frequently pull your attention away from important tasks, consider turning them off during dedicated focus times, allowing you to work without interruption. Incorporating the concept of strategic delays can be a game changer. When you feel the urge to indulge in something tempting, consciously pause and implement a timed delay. Set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes. Instead of following through with the temptation immediately, redirect that time to engage in a constructive activity, reading a book, taking a walk, or practicing mindfulness. This simple shift in behavior creates a buffer that allows you to reconsider your impulse, instilling practices of patience and discipline. Consider implementing small wins to reinforce your efforts. Create a reward system for moments when you successfully resist instant gratification. Each time you overcome an impulse, celebrate this victory in a way that feels meaningful to you. This could be treating yourself to a favorite snack after completing a significant task, or allowing yourself a relaxing evening with a movie after a productive week. By consciously tying rewards to your accomplishments, you'll foster positive associations that promote continued self-control and determination. Additionally, journaling can serve as a powerful tool in this process. Document your experiences as you practice resisting instant gratification. Record both your successes and challenges. Reflect on how resisting impulses made you feel. Did it strengthen your resolve, or did temptation win out? This practice not only helps solidify your respect for progress and promotes self-awareness, but also allows you to celebrate small victories that propel you toward your goals. Make it a habit to connect with a community or a buddy system. Share your goals with supportive friends or family members, or seek out an accountability partner who understands your aspirations. Instantly gratifying distractions tend to thrive in isolation. Inviting another person into the process can empower you both, reinforcing each other during challenging moments and collectively celebrating victories as they accumulate. As your journey unfolds, remember that building the capacity to resist instant gratification is not a race. It is a gradual process where every positive choice lays the groundwork for your success. Your persistence in implementing these methods can lead decisively toward a brighter future. As we transition into the next chapter, prepare to explore the art of building systems for daily success. By integrating effective systems into your routine, you will strongly support your capacity to resist temptations while also enhancing productivity in every aspect of your life. Your commitment to personal growth shows magnificent potential for transformative outcomes, so keep pushing forward. If you found this chapter meaningful, consider subscribing to Mindset Liberation to continue receiving valuable insights. Don't forget to give this video a like, and please share your thoughts or suggestions with us in the comments. We are in this journey together, fostering growth and empowerment one step at a time. Chapter 6: Build Systems for Daily Success. To achieve lasting change and cultivate resilience, establishing effective systems in your daily routines is essential. Systems serve as the backbone of sustained personal growth, enabling you to navigate challenges with consistency and clarity. When thoughtfully designed, these systems provide structure that helps translate your aspirations into reality, ensuring that progress becomes an integral part of your everyday life. By dedicating time to create reliable systems, you unlock the potential to streamline your efforts and diminish the sense of chaos that often accompanies ambitious pursuits. The concept of developing systems has its roots in productivity and time management strategies. Notably, the late management consultant Peter Drucker emphasized the importance of establishing practices that enable efficiency and effectiveness. As Drucker stated, "What gets measured gets managed." This philosophy highlights how structuring your actions can enhance focus and results. By considering systems as an organized approach to achieving daily tasks, you will find the reassurance that you can cultivate positive habits without feeling overwhelmed by external pressures. Statistics support this notion, indicating that individuals who implement structured routines are significantly more likely to achieve their goals. A survey conducted by the American Psychological Association found that 71% of respondents who set clear routines reported increased productivity and less stress related to accomplishing tasks. This overwhelming data reinforces the need to embrace systems as vital components on the path to success. Real-life stories illustrate the transformative impact of establishing solid systems. Take the tale of Mark, a busy professional who struggled to balance his work demands and personal endeavors. Overwhelmed by competing priorities, Mark often found himself falling short of his goals, despite his enthusiasm for achieving greater things in life. After a series of late nights and missed deadlines, he decided to implement a system that would bring order to the chaos. Consciously identifying his top priorities and breaking them down into daily actionable steps, Mark designed a straightforward daily planner. Each morning, he allocated specific time slots to focus on high-impact activities that aligned with his long-term goals. Alongside maintaining rigorous time management, he embedded built-in reflection periods into his routine to assess the productivity of each day. Over time, Mark noticed a remarkable transformation. He became more focused, productive, and content, systematically achieving his benchmarks while enjoying a greater sense of balance in his life. The efficacy of building systems lies in their ability to enforce a consistent habit loop. Every time you engage in your planned activities, you reinforce the neural pathways associated with those behaviors, allowing them to become second nature. Research by the University College London indicates that it takes approximately 66 days for a new habit to become automatic, a powerful testament to the impact that deliberate systems can have. In constructing your own daily systems for success, it is vital to remain adaptable. Assess what works best for you, and be open to tweaking your approach based on what resonates most with your personality and lifestyle. Consider identifying any obstacles that previously hindered your success and strategizing how to mitigate them. Do you struggle with time management? Reflect on ways to break larger tasks into smaller, more manageable components. As we delve deeper into the next section, prepare to explore actionable strategies for building and maintaining these successful systems in your daily life. Understanding how to create a powerful framework outlines the journey toward transformative growth, cementing your ability to thrive despite challenges. As you weave these systems into your routine, confidence will grow, equipping you with the resilience and adaptability needed to navigate your aspirations. Recognize that you possess the capability to shape your path, fostering the discipline needed to yield fruitful results. Remember to engage with mindset liberation by subscribing for more insightful perspectives, liking this video, and sharing your thoughts or suggestions in the comments. Your active participation fuels our collective journey toward success and self-improvement. Establishing systems for daily success proves to be an exceptionally effective method for managing progress and overcoming obstacles on the path to personal growth and resilience. The strength of this approach lies in its ability to foster structure and consistency within the often chaotic landscape of life. By creating reliable routines, you empower yourself to circumvent distractions and streamline efforts, leading to the accomplishment of both short-term and long-term goals. It is the intentional application of daily systems that transforms aspirations into tangible achievements, reinforcing the belief that incremental progress can lead to remarkable transformations. The effectiveness of developing these systems is supported by various scientific findings that highlight the emotional and cognitive benefits of structured routines. Research published in the journal Psychological Science indicates that individuals who engage in regular routines experience lower levels of stress and anxiety. The act of following a well-established system not only provides a sense of control over one's environment, but also minimizes the cognitive load of constant decision-making. By reducing the need to constantly determine next steps, a structured routine allows for mental energy to be redirected towards more important, higher-order tasks. This psychological relief further enhances motivation and facilitates endurance in pursuing goals. There are many relatable transformation stories that echo this idea. Consider the journey of Lena, a freelance graphic designer who operated in a culture defined by chaos and unpredictability. Early in her career, she struggled with managing her time effectively, often finding herself overwhelmed by the sheer volume of projects. Deadlines slipped between her fingers, and she felt disheartened by her inconsistent output. Realizing the need for systemic change, she decided to reframe her approach to work and life. Lena began experimenting with various productivity systems, ultimately settling on a combination of the Pomodoro technique and a comprehensive project management tool. By breaking her work into focused intervals of 25 minutes, with a short break following each session, she found herself more productive and less prone to procrastination. As her projects accumulated, she also utilized her project management tool to visually track her progress, allowing her to break larger assignments into digestible tasks. Over the months, Lena witnessed an enormous shift in both her productivity and emotional well-being. Each small victory celebrated through her systems propelled her forward with increased momentum. The ability to visualize her progress enhanced her sense of accomplishment, fostering a positive feedback loop that reinforced her commitment to the systematic approach. By creating a well-oiled routine, Lena not only met her deadlines but began to exceed expectations. Her experience illustrates a powerful truth: systems grounded in intentionality lead to personal empowerment and fulfillment. The fundamental reason building systems work so effectively is tied to the psychology of habit formation. Research from the University College London revealed that habits follow a loop that consists of cues, routines, and rewards. By integrating structures into your daily life, you create reliable cues that signal when to engage in productive routines. Over time, with consistent practice, these behaviors become ingrained in your daily existence, thus laying the groundwork for lasting change. As you engage with the idea of building and implementing systems for daily success, realize that this method transcends mere organization. It fosters self-discipline, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. Systems empower you by providing the framework within which you can thrive, allowing you to take control of your narrative and shape your future. As we prepare to dive deeper into practical approaches for crafting and sustaining these systems, remember that each small step you take reinforces your ability to build a fulfilling and successful life. Take this time to embrace the potential that lies within you, and let's explore strategies that will transform your aspirations into reality. If you found this chapter meaningful, consider subscribing to Mindset Liberation for continuous insights, liking this video, and sharing your thoughts in the comments to assist in fostering our journey toward success together. To effectively build systems for daily success, start by defining your key objectives. What areas of your life or tasks do you wish to prioritize? Take a moment to write these down. Clarity around your goals allows you to create systems tailored to support your ambitions. With your objectives identified, move on to break them into actionable steps or components. For instance, if your goal is to improve your physical fitness, outline small tasks such as committing to a workout schedule, preparing healthy meals, and setting reminders for hydration. Breaking down larger tasks into smaller, manageable actions reduces overwhelm and sets the stage for continuous progress. Next, choose a reliable system to organize your tasks. This could be a digital project management tool, a physical planner, or a simple to-do list. The important thing is to select a format that resonates with you and supports your organizational style. For example, many people find success using systems like time blocking or prioritization matrices. If you opt for time blocking, allocate specific hourly segments in your calendar to focus solely on emerging tasks or areas of your goals. Be sure to include buffer time for unexpected developments and self-care activities, as maintaining balance is part of a healthy system. Once your tasks are organized, it's time to introduce habits that support your newfound structure. Consider initiating an end-of-day review ritual. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each evening reflecting on what you accomplished during the day. Acknowledge any small wins, no matter how minor they may seem. Perhaps you completed an exercise routine or made progress on a work project. Celebrating these victories reinforces positive progress and boosts motivation as you move forward. In addition to reflections, articulate a few tasks you plan to focus on for the following day. This sense of anticipation will frame your mindset and prepare you for effective action. Another effective technique is to practice the 2-minute rule, an approach popularized by productivity expert David Allen. The idea is simple. If a task will take 2 minutes or less to complete, do it immediately rather than scheduling it later. This empowers you to maintain momentum and ensures minor tasks do not accumulate into an overwhelming backlog. Consequently, you'll feel accomplished quicker, reinforcing your motivation to tackle larger tasks that require more time. Visual cues can also play an essential role in maintaining your momentum. Set up reminders, motivational quotes, or bulletin boards in your workspace to inspire you throughout the day. By surrounding yourself with visuals that reinforce your objectives, you create a positive environment that nurtures your goals and systems. As you implement these methods, remain flexible and open to iteration. Life can shift unexpectedly, which may require adjustments to your systems. Embrace these changes with a positive mindset. Fine-tuning your approach is part of the journey. In conclusion, Think Bigger, Act Smarter, How to Build Resilience Daily has illuminated a transformative path toward personal growth and mental wellness. Throughout this journey, we explored the critical components of self-discipline, the ability to embrace discomfort for growth, the significance of patience and persistence, and the power of rewiring your brain for rewards. By implementing practical systems that prioritize everyday success, you've gained the tools needed to navigate life's challenges confidently. Each chapter has equipped you with actionable insights and transformative exercises aimed at reshaping your mindset and instilling resilience, empowering you to thrive in various aspects of life. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this journey toward self-improvement. Your commitment to personal development is commendable. If you found value in this discussion, please take a moment to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. Your support not only helps grow our community, but also ensures you stay connected with valuable content that inspires continual growth. Together, let's cultivate resilience and take empowered steps toward a brighter future.